Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground, Hall, and he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now it's Rodgers. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Rodgers going to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. In motion, Hill. On play action, here's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jets will take over. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd down in the yard. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll send a tight end in motion right. On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's Hall again. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Yeah, he'll find Hall. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, Rodgers. Throw over the middle, he's got Ruckert. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Rodgers again now. This completes a Corley. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So Miami coming out for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Waddle, the motion man right. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Short throw to Smith, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on fourth down. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
To throw is Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Open man is Hill. He's got it. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's 3rd and 3. In motion, Hill. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Yeah, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Jake Bailey now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That is caught, and he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And now another one thrown incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. This is fielded at the 27. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Tua going to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Tua. Throw caught by Achane. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Tua. That's to the new Dolphin. It's Odell Beckham Jr. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Tua. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Tua sets up to pass it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Up the middle, Achane. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Ball again on 2nd down. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's going to look deep down the field. And connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. So this is where a defense can really pin back its ears, bring it all, sell out to stop the run. This time, it'll earn them 2 points.
They definitely guessed right here. A run blitz all the way, and that's a bad feeling for a running back when he knows he's got to at least get it over the goal line. But all he sees are opposing jerseys.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taking it about the 16. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now Rodgers. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Paul on a give up the middle. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Miami set to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now a first carry for their fullback. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground, as they begin 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
2nd and a couple. Here's Rodgers. That's caught left side. Ruckert with it. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Hall again on second down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Rodgers going to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. In motion, Hill. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Running right, here's Achane. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw now on first down. This one thrown underneath to Achane. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Hill going to go in motion right. On play action, here's Tua. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Now Tua. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Throwing Tua. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's Tua. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. But it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Tua. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll run with Hall. And he will have a Jets first down, and that should just about do it. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.